Hey, what's up guys, myself, and welcome to another tech video. Because apparently you guys like it for some reason. Sure, why not? Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 best USB microphones under $100? I was going to say 50, but you know, that's actually probably a good video idea for later on. Top 5 $100 microphones or under that are best for specific use, mostly streaming and gaming, but also singing. Good think about that too. And that sounds good, great for the price, and it's actually reliable and sounds and feels better than what you would see, since there's like 1,000 microphones in the market. So this video is going to help you just minimize from 1,000 to 5. So there's that. Also, at the end of this video, there's going to be 2 honorable mentions that personally I feel like for most people will be the perfect microphone, but those are specific and not exactly part of the list, so stay tuned for that. And again, each microphone is specifically for specific use, so choose wisely whether you're going to be using it for gaming, streaming, podcast, normal use, singing. Really depends on what you're going to be using it for. So make sure of the choice, and I hope this video helps you on that choice. Let's get to the video. Starting off with this list will be the Samsung Q9U Broadcasting Dynamic Microphone. It's $99.9. It's an XLR and USB microphone, so the benefit is that you can use it either one or the other. One for USB if you want to connect directly to your computer and you travel a lot, or if you want to connect to like a mixer and have like a more professional audio setup, then you have that choice too. It also has a dual layer windscreen, which is nice for filtering essentially the sound of wind or anything that's very annoying, like a fan. Annoying fan. And also does have filtering, mid boost control, and also mute control, which is very nice. A zero latency monitoring for headphones, so you can listen to the microphone and see if it sounds good or not. And the best part of this microphone, in my opinion, these days of day of age, is the USB port is actually a Type-C. Finally, people are going with a universal port than a stupid, nonsensical mini or micro USB ports. Really starting to piss me off though. Like, stop doing that. There's Type-C for a reason. Now, it's a dynamic microphone, which is completely different than condenser microphones. For those who don't know, dynamic sounds more cleaner. It not sounds more cleaner, it just sounds more powerful and punchy, and sounds more... It sounds like more like you would listen to a radio or a podcast, which is the name. It sounds better. It sounds, in my opinion, something that people should go towards these days than a condenser microphone. Not saying that there isn't good condenser microphone, there is. But to get to that point of good audio condenser microphones, you might as well just spend too much money. A dynamic microphone, on the other hand, most of the case scenario will sound good. There might be some that don't sound as much, but they will always sound better than a condenser microphone. And although it might sound a bit more punchier than some people who might not like that, a lot of people will like it, including me. I heard dynamic microphones, they sound just perfect. So if you're looking for that type of microphone or that type of audio quality, then there is that. It's also an XLR and USB, so you have 2 options depending on what you're going to be using for. And while it's $100, which is exactly the amount this video is pretty much trying to get to, it sounds great for the price, and I definitely recommend it than something like a Blue Yeti. Just stop. There is a blue microphone in this video, but just most of them, just you don't have to go with them anymore. Just stop. Now, for those who are looking for a gaming microphone for God knows reason why, and want something for a good price, and honestly better than Razer's microphone, which, hey, I do have my opinion. I don't think they're that great compared to this one. It would be the HyperX DuoCast or DuoCast, whatever it's called. It's an RGB USB condenser microphone. The RGB part already just tells what this microphone is pretty much for. It's $90. It has a omnidirectional and a cardioid polar pattern. Wow, how that conveniently feels similar to some other microphones I've heard of. Blue Yeti, Nano, and other competitors. And again, it has RGB. It does have a mute button. in the top, if I remember correctly, it does have a mute button. Ah, there it is, a mute button. That's nice. You just boop and it turns off, which is nice. And again, it does have a Type-C connector, and I believe the headphone jack is a zero latency monitoring, hopefully. Yep, it's a zero latency monitoring, which is nice. You can listen to the microphone and see how it sounds like. Oh wait, it sounds just like a typical condenser gaming towards microphone. Well, that's just great. Look, the only reason why I added this is mostly both because first, RGB. I guess people do want RGB on their setup for some reason. And two, it's a good USB gaming microphone, I guess. I mean, I don't mind. It does have some issues. I don't know if it, because it's the DuoCast version of the Quadcast. So the Quadcast had an issue, which is, well, itself, and the fact that it had 4 polar patterns for some reason. At least this one has 2. But also, the shock mount that comes with it kind of stays in front of the USB connector, if that makes sense. So essentially just bends the USB, if that makes sense. So it's really horrible. I'm not sure if this one has the same issue, but I have a feeling it might. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But again, it's just something that I was bothered about. And again, it's a gaming microphone. I don't like the idea of gaming anymore. I like gaming. I'm saying I don't play games, but I hate the idea of them putting gaming in every single thing. And microphones, they're supposed to sound good, not look good. Again, it does have the gain control wheel, which is nice, and built-in pop filter, which is also nice. And hey, look at that, it comes with a shock mount. That is actually nice. Of course, hopefully it doesn't have the same issue as the Quadcast, because if it does, then you really should get a specific type of USB port so I can work with this that doesn't, break. Again, it's a Type-C connector, which is nice. And if you're looking for a gaming microphone for 90 bucks, I would prefer it more than the Razer Siren microphones. Those sounds worse than the HyperX ones. So go with this one. And again, RGB. Something that I believe Razer doesn't, or they do, I'm not sure. It just, personally, I feel like this is just a better option than the Razer ones. But oh boy, the next one on the list sounds very familiar, doesn't it? Oh, look at that, the Blue Yeti Nano for $89. It's actually $1 cheaper than the DuoCast, not Quadcast. Oh, that's... Wow, wait, look at that. The USB port is actually a mini USB. Turns out the HyperX one did a good job on that part. Again, though, same idea. It's an omnidirectional and a cardioid polar pattern. For those who are asking, omnidirectional if you want to get a lot of people in the room to talk at the same time and pick up everything in the room. Cardioid is just for your voice, one directional thing. Sorry about that. You can tell I'm really good in the microphone section. It does have a software, which is nice. I believe the HyperX does also have a software. I might be wrong. And it's a blue microphone, which honestly they were good at the time, and today's days they're still good. I mean, they're fine. Still recommend other microphones though. Again, does have a zero latency monitoring because you can connect the headphones and listen to it. Seeing a pattern here. Very interesting pattern. Personally, I feel like it's a much better version of the idea, that idea, of dual pattern microphones for gaming and streaming, whatever. I would prefer it more than the HyperX if you're just looking for normal, still good sounding quality microphones. Again, the benefit though for the HyperX one, it does come with a shock mount. This one does not. But personally, I feel like it's a much better version than the Quadcast, at least in my opinion. And again, it looks more cooler, much more stylish. Still sounds good. And overall, I mean, it's fine. I really don't know what to say other than it's fine. Again, the HyperX one does have things like an integrated pop filter and such. But I feel like the Logitech, actually now it's called Logitech, but the Blue Yeti Nano, or Logitech Blue Yeti Nano if you want to call it, it's just a better option in my opinion. And it comes with 3 colors. At the same price. Oh my god, the silver one is $1 cheaper. Look at that. And again, it looks good. It's really great. Great for YouTube or streaming or whatnot. It's great. If you're looking for gaming / streaming, gaming, whatever type of microphones, I would actually recommend this one more than the HyperX. HyperX is good, but this one will be better. And it's $1 cheaper. Or $2 if you're going to go with a silver one. Personally, I think the black one's better, so just saying. Now, the next one on the list is, oh, look at that, a copycat. Or copy-paste. Or I'm going to copy your homework and just change something a bit of the things here and there of the Blue Yeti. It's called the Behringer BIGFOOT. Oh, BIGFOOT. Again, it's the same as a Blue Yeti. It has 4 polar patterns. Omnidirectional, Cardioid, bidirectional, and the other one I keep always forgetting, stereo, which is essentially if you want to do some sort of ASMR thing. It has the same idea of the Blue Yeti. It's the Blue Yeti copycat. It does have a 0 latency monitoring, and it has a headphone jack, so I can connect to it. So I can listen to it and see if it sounds great. It has a micro USB port. What's with the micro USB port? Seriously, just stop. Like, we're in the age we can literally put a USB Type-C port. And by the way, this microphone is not old. It's actually in the time where USB-C existed. It just save money. Micro. Why? Just why? It's $75, so you know it's cheaper than a Blue Yeti. Although I mean, you could get a Blue Yeti in a cheaper price, and if you get it used, or maybe if you wait for a discount, maybe, I'm not sure. And overall, it's, you know, it's a Blue Yeti copycat. The worst part is from Behringer, and they're not a bad company. They're like an audio company, but just why? But it's about $5, and if you want the same idea of this microphone, then you have this. If you don't, then don't. Personally, I feel like it's these days getting a microphone with this type of idea, it feels a little bit meh. Even the Blue Yeti. The Blue Yeti is fine, but if you don't need the bulkiness and also the additional features that doesn't feel right, especially the extra capsules that doesn't even require, the patterns are just so useless, then don't get the Behringer BIGFOOT, nor the HyperX Quadcast, nor even the Razer Siren Max, or whatever it's called. Not even the Blue Yeti. I'm saying it. The Blue Yeti just feels these days just a waste of money. Don't get it. Just don't. But if you do want the idea of those microphones at a cheaper price, not gonna lie, it's actually very cheap, then sure, I guess you could get it. But again, wouldn't recommend it unless you want a microphone that feels the same idea as a Blue Yeti. This is it. It has the same features as a Blue Yeti, just different. Now, if you're in a lower budget that you're near to the $50, but you want to spend a little bit more than $50, then the Audio-Technica AT2020 USB Plus, again, I'm gonna explain why it's called USB Plus, is $57, and it's a great Cardioid condenser USB microphone. And here's why. Again, it's a USB Plus, which means they upgraded the some of the features and the audio pattern, and not the audio pattern, but the audio frequency of the microphone to a little bit higher, so it sounds better, or a little bit better. That's pretty much what I'm saying. It's pretty much the upgraded version of the previous one, having much better audio quality than the previous one. Again, having the same idea, but personally for the price, especially if you're looking for $50-ish microphones, at this point, I would actually recommend this one more than even the Blue Snowball Ice, or the Snowball in general. Which, in my opinion, at that time was the Blue Snowball. I mean, hey, I'm using it right now. It was a great budget microphone for the price, but now there's other options that are better. And Audio-Technica AT2020 is pretty much the killer of the Snowball. Again, same idea. It's a Cardioid microphone, but it sounds better. It's better for recording, and especially if you're a singer and you want to play guitar and whatever. If you're just in the music business, this microphone has it. It sounds great for that. And again, it has a 0 latency monitoring, which is something that at that price point, I mean, this one does not have. Even the normal one doesn't have. I mean, come on, that's great. It sounds great. It has that feature. You can listen to it. The USB is a printer like USB, those like USB type Bs. I don't even remember what they're called, but the big ones. So there's that, but it's fine in my opinion. And overall, for $57, from what I heard the microphone from a review, I've listened to a review of the microphone. It sounds great. It does have a big issue. If you're going to use it for like, even to podcast, fine. But if you're gonna be gaming and just doing game streams or whatever, it picks up a good amount of background noise. It picks up the keyboard, even like low sounding keyboards. It just picks it up, and overall, it has from what I heard, a bad background pickup pattern, the voice pattern, whatever. It just doesn't sound good. With that said, though, if you want something that sounds good at a price that's just cheap, the AT2020 is just perfect for the price. Personally, even I was surprised about the audio quality at the price point. It sounds great and it's cheap. So if you're looking for something that's cheaper, you don't want to get more than $75, and you want something that's cardioid, and hopefully if you're going to be streaming, then you might be okay with the issues. But if you're not going to be streaming gaming, you're just planning to do something like a podcast or whatever, then it's great. It's a great choice. It sounds great. And for $57, I'm actually thinking of getting it myself. Not really. I'm not sure. I'm still thinking. But anyways, this sounds great. So definitely recommend if you are into like the $50 or upper price range. Definitely recommend that. Now for the honorable mentioning microphones I was talking about previous in the video, I'm going to be talking about the Elgato Wave. This is just an extra thing. It's not part of the list. I'm just mentioning it because, first of all, it's higher than $100, from what I remember, or from what I'm looking at. And I wouldn't recommend this to everyone unless you want something that just hits every single point. The Elgato Wave series microphone hits every single thing that pretty much a streamer would need. The Elgato Wave 1 and 3, especially the 3, just has a great audio quality. That doesn't have any issues with like the low ends or the high ends, or doesn't have any issues of the audio. It just gives you a good mid to great audio quality at a great, well, kind of a great price, but just has that I'm made for the use you want type of feel. And they have a software that's perfectly great to make your audio sound better or sound like you're just doing it for that specific use. I mean, they literally have a mixer software to make the audio sounds great, to combine audios. It's literally screams, hey, you're going to be streaming or podcasting and whatnot? Here you go. Sure, it's higher than $100. It's not for everyone, unless everyone has more than $100, then hey, look at that. And if you're looking for a dynamic microphone, or you're looking for a specific thing that may be better, in some people's opinion, and I can see some things are better than it, and sure, but just overall, it's a microphone that feels like if you're going to be spending even at $2,000 on just random thing, this would be a great option. Again, this is just an honorable mention. It'd probably be better if it was like a separate video, but I just can't think about any other microphone that's worth paying more than $100 than the Wave series. The Wave 1 is great, and the Wave 3 is perfect. Sure, it has the issue with the build quality. I heard it's made of, to be honest, cheaper plastic or cheaper feel. And I can tell since Elgato does have a thing with build qualities, but just because the build qualities doesn't mean the quality of the audio or the video or whatever of the Elgato products are bad. They're great. And the Elgato Wave is a great honorable mention for this video. Now that is it for today's video and for this list. Again, this video is pretty much just to help you guys pick what you guys would probably be better off with at $100 or less. Again, if you're looking for a dynamic microphone, the Q9U from Samson is just, well, it's a dynamic microphone. It's an XLR and USB microphone. There are other options that are even cheaper, but mostly for the looks, I'm actually going to mention, I know it's a weird thing to say, but the look is more towards most people. And also it sounds great, and it sounds great, better, and also it's USB and XLR. There's that option. It's great. And especially if you're doing podcasts, even live streaming, and even singing, it's great. you're looking for something that's cheaper, the Audio-Technica A2020 USB Plus, so the newer version, for the price, I mean, God, it's great. Gaming and game streaming, there is the issue with the background noise. But overall, it sounds better than even the Snowball Ice, which at that price point was just the best one. There was also other options like the Marantz. The Marantz microphone, the PodPack 1 kit microphone was a great option as well. But as a sound quality, overall, the AT2020 USB Plus was the best one. So, hey, look at that. The Audio-Technica did that. That's good. Good job, Audio-Technica. So anyways, that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys liked it. Comment down below what's your favorite part of this video. Give a like. Subscribe today for more content. I just realized people say that I speak so fast that people can't even understand me. Sorry about that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next video. And also, comment down below what type of video you guys want to see. Apparently, a lot of people like my tech videos, mostly because they're tech, I guess. I don't know. People just like it more than other videos I do. But again, comment down below what you guys want to see. Give a like, subscribe, all that stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.